guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here at my doctor's appointment and I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I've made this video once before and I'm sitting in my car because I still cannot seem to find the perfect quiet spot to be able to do a video for you guys to get you all caught up with the life update that I've been promising you guys for a while now. I've had a lot going on. I had a lot of issues going on in my body, and finally went to a doctor back in November, I think it was, November 2017. And I went because I was having pain, like my stomach hurt. Every time I would eat, my stomach hurt. And so finally went to the doctor. I'm always the one that ends up being the last on the list to be taken care of. So all my pain I've been in, I kind of just would push to the side and ignore it and be like, oh, it's nothing, whatever. So went to the doctor and they did blood tests and stuff, and of course they all said normal, and it's just like, well, I know something's not right, you know, something's going on. Continued to go to another appointment, then they finally sent me to a GI doctor. And as of November, the day after Thanksgiving, I can't remember exactly the date, that was the last time that I had red meat. I stopped eating red meat. That helped somewhat. Stomach was just, to me, it didn't seem like it was processing red meat. They didn't do blood tests. Oh, no. Back it up a little bit. So I ended up in the hospital, in the emergency room, October, November. I can't remember the exact dates. I wish I could remember. But I went to the emergency room because I was having chest pain because I thought I was having a heart attack. It was terrible. And that's when the doctor at the hospital in the emergency room is like, oh, you have, I can't even remember what they called it, but that's not what I had. So the GI doctor, they sent me to go have an endoscopy done. If you don't know what an endoscopy is, it's basically they're sticking a camera down your throat looking into your stomach. And it's not pleasant, and they do put you out for it, but I wasn't 100% sedated as when they started, and I remember it was terrible. I gagged and everything, and then they put like more medicine in and I was out. So I had that done, and results from that came back that I have chronic gastritis. So, and I don't know if you understand what that is like. That is super painful. It's your stomach is basically inflamed, and there's certain foods and drinks and stress and things that way worse. So the doctor had basically told me, you need to control your stress. You need to not eat red meat. You can't drink alcohol. You can't have chocolate. You can't have, it was like a list of I can't have. Mind you, I love chocolate. And coffee was on there. I love coffee. And I have 4 growing boys and a husband. How am I not going to be stressed out? In the meantime, with all of that, my son was having issues, and I'll have to get back to you on that. I have to get into my doctor's appointment, so I'll be back. So just pause here. Okay, so I'm back from my appointment, and it went a little bit different than I thought it would. It showed a tumor, but he's not taking it out. So that doesn't sit well with me. I don't know why, it just does not sit well with me. When somebody says that you have something inside of your body, like, that just doesn't sit well with me. Anyway, let me get back to where I had ended this. So back in November, my son Kyle, was on the wrestling team, with his high school. Their first match he was at, or the first tournament he was at, second match in, he got taken down, and taken down pretty hard. Took him to the doctor and did an x-ray. They said, oh, nothing, doesn't look like anything, just put it off or whatever. Take this medicine and, relax or whatever. We go December, another doctor's appointment, still in a lot of pain. The pain wasn't really getting any better. January, go back to the doctor, still in a lot of pain, not getting any better. February, still in a lot of pain. It's the same thing, still in a lot of pain, not getting any better. So then we get sent to, March, we get sent to a pain management doctor for him. And the doctor feels his back and just thinks that, oh, it's probably just a bulged disc or something, because where it's at, it just seems like it can't be the rib. Let me rewind a little bit. One of the doctors had thought that they were going to do another x-ray, did another x-ray, and a tiny little fracture, tiny fracture of the rib. So we thought, okay, and then that takes time to heal up. Now fast forward to now, what was this, February, March? The end of February, beginning of March, we are sent to a pain management doctor because the orthopedic doctor doesn't think that they're going to be able to help him any longer because of that he's still in pain. So they wanted to have him go see a pain management doctor. So take him to the pain management doctor. The doctor checks him, feels his back, says that he thinks that it's a bulged disc. So they wanted to send him for an MRI. March 20th, we go to CHOC, which is Children's Hospital, Orange County, and go have our MRI done. The MRI was scheduled for 8 o'clock at night? 7 o'clock at night. It was in the evening. It was like 7 or 8. And we're there. We're the last ones there for the evening. The MRI takes longer than I thought it would take for him. The technician said when we're leaving, they're like, oh, your doctor will get back to you. You should have the results within a couple days. The usual. The following morning, March 21st, I get a call first thing in the morning from the pain management doctor's office saying that the doctor has the MRI results and needs to speak with us as soon as possible if we can be in that day. I don't know, if it's a motherly gut instinct, but on March 20th, as we're driving up to CHOC Hospital, I get to the light right before the hospital, and all of a sudden, up until this point, I had no crazy feelings whatsoever, but as soon as we pulled up to the light, I got this really creepy chills through my body, and I just felt like something wasn't right. That feeling did not go away from that point on. Fast forward to the next day, get the call from the doctor. Get Kyle, we go him to the doctor's appointment, and they see us right away. And the doctor brought us into his office, not an exam room, but into his office. Shut the door behind us. Sits down and tells us they found a tumor. And not a small tumor. They found a large tumor on his spine. And the placement of the tumor, for the most part, I was already my jaw dropped in shock. Are you kidding me right now? The look on Kyle's face was like, oh, what the hell's going on? This can't be happening. The doctor proceeds to tell us that the location of the tumor is not good. It's tucked in between his heart and spine, and directly next to his aorta. So for a mom, my first instinct is, okay, strong mama bear, I gotta be strong for my kid. This is not good news. The appointment was done, walk out to the car, and I just burst into tears. And Kyle, it just burst into tears. And we have to drive home, and I'm calling, before we even leave the parking lot, I'm calling my husband, I'm calling my parents. I'm freaking out, because that is the scariest thing that you can get, told to you by a doctor, is that your child has a very large tumor and it's in a scary position. So from that point, it was just like a whirlwind of doctor's appointments and phone calls and just crazy busy. Like the whole time is kind of a blur because of everything that went on from the 21st, March 21st, until Kyle had surgery on April 26th. The most stressful that I've ever been. And it's just scary because it's your child, it's your firstborn, and it's just one of those where you want to take their pain away. You want to be in their position, take it away from them so that they're not in any more pain. And that's something that I couldn't do. It was a helpless feeling. My husband felt helpless. We were a wreck. We go in, we have his surgery, and I'll put in the pictures and stuff here. And he was so strong that day. Like, it was just, I don't know. Like, I wanted to cry so bad. He was so strong. He had to be strong because I was falling apart and I'm the one that was supposed to be strong. Tumor was large. It took up from T4 to T7. So that's 3 vertebrae that it took up. It was a large tumor. And they did a biopsy. The biopsy came back that it was a benign tumor, but it was a rare benign tumor. I will put in the name right here of what it is called because I can't pronounce it very well and I don't even want to try to pronounce it for you guys, so it's going to be right here. We've had 2 other follow-up appointments. They've all gone good except for this last appointment. He still complained about pain in his neck, pain in his back, and I just kept brushing it off like, oh, you're fine, they already got the tumor, it's fine. Failed to tell me before that there was more than 1 tumor, but they were only concentrating on the large tumor. There was 2 more tiny tumors. Now he has to go get another MRI done to make sure that they are not growing. I thought we were done with this phase. In the meantime, through all of that, put on a medication for my chronic gastritis. That was a 8-week, I had to take that for 8 weeks. So the chronic gastritis, I'm always going to have it. It just matters if it's when it flares up and when it doesn't. Now I've been having back pain. And I'll skip past, I broke my foot in between this time too. And I thought that, well, having to wear the boot with a broken foot, that I screwed my back up. This toy keeps going off. My back has been in so much pain and it's getting worse and worse and worse. So finally, at one of my appointments for my foot to get that taken care of, I had mentioned to the doctor my back is really hurting, so they sent me to the spine specialist. I go and see that doctor. He sends me for an MRI. That's where I'm at right now, was at my appointment to get the results from that MRI. Well, I had 2 weeks ago received the written report from the MRI imaging center. What I read on that report said that I had a tumor of L2. So going into this appointment today, I thought that the doctor was gonna just totally let me know about that. And instead, it tells me that I already knew that I had 2 bulge discs because I had read that on the report, but I have a crap load of arthritis in my lower back. And that the bulge discs aren't bulging out enough to cause nerve issues, but yet I'm still having nerve issues. We're not taking the tumor out because it doesn't seem like it's in need of that, but I'm having pain. His recommendation and what he's sending me to is aqua therapy. Okay, I'll do it. I mean, if that will help so I don't have to have surgery, I will do it. I'm just not 100% sure that this is gonna work. Just because I'm just not very trustful of doctors lately. So let's just see how this goes. If I didn't bore you guys enough with my problems and my son's problems, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. And if you found any of this enjoyable whatsoever, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Click the bell because that will notify you when I do upload a new video. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get back into this, but as you can see, my 2018 year has kind of been a crazy, crazy busy doctor appointment after doctor appointment year. Vlogging hasn't been easy, and making this video, as you can see, making this video has taken forever. I appreciate you guys, love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. I'll find this toy that it keeps going off. Hold on. The culprit. The culprit. This little toy keeps yelling at me in the car. It's weird. Anyway, bye, guys.